So my name's Nikki. I run the Baby Cloud Sittingbourne and Maidstone, and I've been running it for 3 years since April 2023. I've known Sarah for a few years now, so she's someone I've always trusted and believed in. So when she approached me and said about franchising the Baby Cloud, I just thought, yeah, let's go with it. I've always wanted to have my own little business, something that works around the family. And once joining her, it was quite a straightforward process. Obviously, never run a business, so that side of it was worrying, obviously. But actually having Sarah there to hold my hand really helped that journey and that process getting started, really. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's done okay. So how did the onboard processing help me feel confident moving forward? So in terms of the communication with Sarah and the emails that we exchanged and the meeting up and just going through things, that initial process just gave me an idea of roughly where I was going to be heading, how I was going to do that, and how I was going to drive the business. No, did I ever feel like I was going to be on my own? No, I always knew Sarah would be there to hold her hand. I always knew that she'd be that support network because she's always been someone I have known for a long time. So I've always trusted her and what she's delivered. So I always knew that she would be there, whether that was next to me or behind me. She'd always be someone that I could rely on if I needed to and go to her whenever. So I always felt quite confident in that I wasn't on my own with it. So that was quite nice. Yeah, I know, yeah, the support's always been there, and if I ever need it, obviously I've probably not needed it as much going forward, but I know it's there if I need it. I can always send an email or drop her a text and I can just sort of say, oh, this, and this, and she's there if we need her. So that's the nice part of it. So even though you feel confident going forward, you know that you've always got the support of head office if you need them. So with the training, we would come into this space here, so we'd come to the head office or the main space at Cyclo Park, and we would watch Sarah do the lessons, and then we'd obviously get involved in doing that as well. So she would give us some activities to do, then we'd come to them, we'd run some of them activities during a class with actual parents and babies, which was quite nice because then you could also check in with Sarah afterwards and go, how was that? What do I need to think about for the next activity? She was there to sort of guide you through that as well. So you have, I think, 3 or 4 training sessions as such with parents and babies, from what I remember. Obviously, 3 years ago now, so it could have changed by now. But yeah, definitely, you come in, you get to have a go, and then you can go away, have a chat, come back again, which is sort of that reassurance I think you kind of need sometimes, especially if you've never done it before. Even just being a parent at a class, actually seeing it from the other side can sometimes be a bit daunting. So it's nice that you've got the lesson plans there, and you're not doing the whole thing at first. It breaks it down, goes through it, which really obviously gives you that confidence that you can actually deliver the classes as well. Okay, so the business, when they say it's in a box, is really good with the Baby Cloud because they've got everything you need in terms of marketing, admin, paperwork, stock. There's stuff in there that you can use, like they'll send you the lists that you need to order every term. You've got the lesson plans that you've always got there weekly as well. There's also videos there that you can watch what Sarah's done previously, so it gives you an idea of what's on the lesson plan and what's visually in front of you as well. So then you can make sure that obviously you are mirroring what you're meant to be doing. So in terms of business in a box, everything is there to get the foundations going, I think, because even down to like social media, the posts are there. Like they've got a good index of posts and comments and pictures that you literally just can copy over and have it there. So you can then set like a planner up on Facebook. You can plan your month's posts before they've even gone out, like on the grid, and then you can add to them throughout the stories as well. So business in a box, the foundations is definitely there with the Baby Cloud. Yeah, without that kind of foundation, I think to then grow it yourself is knowing where to start more so, because if you think about it in terms of like admin, knowing what paperwork you need, whether you need to make sure you're watching your stock levels, make sure you're ordering things, making sure what do I need to order, when do I need to order it by, everything's there ready to go, even down to like the term planner and the weekly planner, that's all there. So that's quite handy to have in terms of actually, like I say, the foundations are already there. You've just got to then, it's down on you to deliver. It's down on you to actually process that, if that makes sense. When you first join the Baby Cloud, when you get given the share drive, which has everything in that you need to be able to run the business, it will have a manual in there, so it'll tell you how the business is run, how it's expected to be run, what's expected of you, what's expected of the lessons that you're delivering, your presentation as well. That's all there ready to go. So you haven't got to keep going back and asking loads of questions in the grand scheme of things. You can just check that as well. That has your marketing in there, your lesson plans in there. And I would find that is probably the most important thing that you need when you first first joined the business. It's your bread and butter really to be able to follow through with the business. In terms of like the videos that I mentioned with lesson plans, they are quite important because it gives you a visual. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm quite a visual person, so I need to see it and do it. I can't just read it off a paper, and it's nice to have all options there to cover everybody. You might be a person that sits there and writes it all down time and time again, or you might be someone, no, I need to see this, and that's there as well. So it covers everyone's sort of learning abilities, which I like. So head office have been a major support for me in terms of actually driving this business. So they are there to answer any questions, anything that I might need, but they can also guide me. So things I might not always understand, they're there if I need them. I'd probably say over the years, I've started to get to a point where I feel more confident in my own judgments, and that's what I enjoy, that they've given me that belief in myself that actually they're there if I need them, but I don't always have to go to them if I don't need to, but because of the way they started the process has given me the confidence to move forward. So that's quite nice as well. So how do I spend my time as a franchisee? So each day, obviously I run my lessons for 3 days of the week, and then my other 2 days that I'm off are my admin days. So that'll be one day where I'll go through all my stock, my kit, my bags, my lesson plans, make sure I've got everything that I need for that as well. My other day will then be going through answering emails, doing my planning for my social media. It could be actually talking to customers, making sure I've put enough on my socials, doing my stories as well. So every day has a bit of everything, but generally I have my 2 days of admin. But I do find that this really does work around me in terms of term time as well, because I am a mum as well with 2 boys, school runs as well, that I can actually fit most of this in, which is quite nice, and it just has a good flow about it as well. Yeah, so if I was looking at my weekly plan as such as what I do with the business, I am doing that Monday to Friday, which actually frees up most of my weekends, which obviously gives me the benefit of family time as well, constantly when I'm on the football pitch with the boys as well. That's always fun. The weekends are literally just run over that. But during the week, it has panned out quite well in the hours that I've got to be able to do it, which has been quite nice. Flexible. It's definitely flexible.
Yeah, you feel like you can work, you're not working 9 to 5.
No. I can do it as and when I need to. Even if I think actually I might do some housework in the morning, I know I can come back to it later on, or do it in the evening if I wanted to, where everything's quiet and I haven't got to think too much and just get on with it. So that's there with this job. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you've like got to get deadlines done. It's quite flexible to how you want to live your life. It fits around, which is quite nice. Obviously you do your set terms, but if you want to go away or you want to do something, you can move about with that as well. So the flexibility is there, which I find beneficial, because when I had a job up London, it wasn't something that I thought, oh, Joe, I've got to shoot home, I need to do this or I need to do that, or the flexibility is there that I can go, actually, do you know what, that week doesn't work because of childcare, or that week doesn't work because we need to go away, or actually I've got to do that then, and the job fits around that, which makes it a lot easier, especially when you're a busy mum like myself. So how do I benefit from working flexibly? Massively for me, the biggest thing was being there for my children. So I wanted a job that didn't involve working weekends. It didn't involve the stresses or the pressures that some high-end jobs may have. I didn't want to bring my work home with me in the sense of like being a teacher or working up London and worrying about that deadline or that office meeting, or I didn't want that pressure around me and my family. I wanted something that I could enjoy doing, which I thoroughly do, and the best part of it is being with the parents and the babies and running the classes. And I wanted that enjoyment that I could go and do my classes and come home and then enjoy time with my family. Term time as well, massively. Having the school holidays off saves me so much childcare and the stress of that, and worrying about where they're going to go and who they're going to be with, and are we going to pay for this, are we going to do this. That's taken away completely by running the baby cloud, and that was probably one of the biggest things for me that I wanted to have with my family. So what feedback do I get back from my families? I don't really like blowing my own trumpet. I don't like doing that, I'm sorry, but I do get good feedback. I've got to say, everyone enjoys the classes, they love the lessons, and when I first started, where I was as well, I don't think there was much there for the little babies. So when I did come along, I've been told that people do talk about me, and even when they leave, they're still talking about me. And it's funny, the other day a mum come in that's new, she's like, oh, my friend told me all about you, she's graduated and she misses you, but that friend was there last year. So they're still talking about me a year later, and they loved being in my classes, they loved having me there, and yeah, it's a lovely feel-good factor to know that I'm actually benefiting someone as well. But even down to helping mums that might be struggling, that's something I feel like I'm quite good at being in tune with, and I can try and help them through that and just be that support network, even if it's a hug. I'm quite a touchy-feely person, so I do like to just I sometimes probably shouldn't, but I do go up to people and go, are you okay? Like, oh, how are you? And I'm very much like that, but I've not had anyone go, oh, they've all done it and they've all loved it. And I think just being able to put your arm around someone and go, I'm here if you need me. And I think I've had people message me and go, oh, thank you so much. You made that day so much easier and just so much better. And they always go, I'm so sorry for leaning on you, but that's what I kind of wanted from the job. I wanted to be that one that they can go, oh, I'll chat to Nikki because she's there, you know, and be that support network. So I do get quite good feedback from my parents, which is lovely and just makes it a bit more rewarding. Taking out the actual business side of things in terms of the numbers, they're doing really well now. I've just opened up another venue, which I opened up end of December, and that sort of snowballed. I don't know what happened, but I tried to open up one before and it was a bit slow start. I think time of year, people, pennies and things, but now this one I've gone to in Maidstone's just sort of snowballed, and this has probably been one of my best rebookings that I've had since I joined, really. I've had good ones. I've never had ones that I've ever gone, oh, a bit worried about that. This has probably been the best one that I've had with the 2 venues, and that shows me, one, that it's doing well, but knowing that my parents are happy, knows I'm doing a good job. And actually, some of my babies that I had when I first started, their parents are now having their second child and they're coming back. So if that doesn't say you're doing a good job, I don't know what is, if they're coming back with their second babies, which is really exciting.
Nice.
So how aligned do I feel to the Baby Cloud? Very much so. I feel like I'm part of the family, I feel like I'm part of the team, I feel that the brand is strong. People are recognising it now. That's a given in terms of people that are coming back now, people that are joining me, that have spoken to other people. So yeah, I feel like I'm part of the brand, I feel like I'm part of the experience, and I feel that what we're doing is actually helping and being more beneficial, and being a part of that, yeah, I definitely do feel aligned to that, for sure. What feels integral to me for the success of my business? I would say it's being myself, being honest, being open to customers, being authentic in myself, in the way I deliver my classes. I feel that as long as people trust you and they believe in you and what you're delivering, people will come back, and that is what I think is integral. Our customers are integral. We can't run these classes without our customers, and if we don't show them our true selves, will they come back? I don't know. What is my biggest achievement? So I would say my biggest achievement is running the business, because I never really believed in myself from the business side of things. I've always felt confident in front of the customers and the babies, but actually the business side of things and getting that going is probably my biggest achievement. And actually then taking on 2 venues as well was, yeah, scary, but it flew, and I can't fault that. So I would say probably my biggest achievement is the belief in myself and actually running the business as it is. So yeah. So what is the best thing about running a franchise? The babies. It's the best thing ever. Seeing them grow, seeing them develop, seeing them enjoy the classes. And sometimes when you get that baby that's a bit like, they're just like, oh, what's going on? Like, not that. And then suddenly they just look, and it's there in front of them, and you can see the amazement on them, and you see the parents watching them, and they're in awe as well. And the other thing as well is seeing babies hit their milestones, because parents always worry. They're like, oh, why haven't they done this? Why haven't they done that? And you get them in classes and you're like, right, I can explain, let's help you, and then we can help them. And they go, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then suddenly they do their first crawl, their first roll. That's probably the best thing ever, and seeing that as well with the parents, it's lovely. What is my next goal? Actually, it is just to get these 2 venues going, keep going the way it's going. Possibly maybe get another venue, who knows? But for now, enjoying the ride, enjoying it as it is, and reaping the benefits of that as well. But yeah, that's probably my goal. Where do I think the Baby Cloud will be in the next 5 years? International. That's what we're hoping for. Fingers crossed. No, I'm hoping it would have grown across the country, and everyone can see the benefit of Baby Cloud and what it brings to them, to their area, to their babies, to their families. So in the next 5 years, hopefully a few more franchisees will be joining us and we can just grow this brand together and really build the business up. What would I say about someone on the fence about joining? Come and speak to Sarah, come and speak to us, see what we're about, come and watch the classes. But in all honesty, everything's there that you need to build it up. You know, you've got nothing really to mainly worry about apart from turning up and showing up. As long as you do that, trust the process, trust Sarah, trust head office, trust us that are running it and have been running it for 3 years, and we will show you the way. And don't worry, just come and enjoy the fun. What has been the single best moment was getting that first booking. And I know that sounds really cliche, but honestly, when people actually do book with you and then they book the next term and you can see they've trusted you to come, they've trusted to share that with you, is the best feeling ever. Definitely the best thing.
So you literally just say
Yeah, so how could I sum it up in 3 words? Amazing, interesting and brilliant.